While the rest of the world is chasing the sun, counting down the days to long beach afternoons and endless warm nights, a quiet group of people feels a familiar, heavy dread creeping in. For them, the arrival of summer isn't a liberation. It feels like an oppressive eviction notice from their own comfort zone. If you are someone who watches the blue skies open up and genuinely cannot understand how everyone else finds joy in this sweltering brightness, you already know this feeling. You see everyone else thriving, laughing, and living out loud in the heat, while you feel completely drained, wondering how they do it. You look at the blinding sun and ask why a day everyone else calls beautiful feels like a personal punishment. This disconnect is where the secret struggle of hating summer truly begins. You watch people celebrate the sun, feeling utterly alienated by their endless energy. To you, true happiness doesn't arrive with the heat, it arrives with the cold. The cultural narrative insists that summer is the only time to live fully, making it exhausting to endure a season that feels entirely unnatural to you. You find yourself trapped in a mandatory social expectation to be active and outdoors, all while counting down the weeks until the world finally cools down and allows you to feel like yourself again. There's a very real physical and biological side to this misery that people rarely talk about. Summer is inherently loud, sticky, and relentlessly bright. For sensitive minds, the intense heat doesn't bring joy, it brings a massive wave of sensory overload. Your body's constantly working overtime just to survive the temperature, leaving you physically exhausted and emotionally drained before your day even begins. On top of that, summer completely disrupts our routines. The predictable, comforting structure of the colder months dissolves into a fluid, chaotic space. The days stretch out far too long, trapped in a suffocating heat that makes it impossible to find quiet mental peace. Then, there's the heavy burden of physical discomfort. Summer leaves you with nowhere to hide from the elements. The protective, cozy layers of winter, which bring so much emotional safety and genuine comfort, are suddenly replaced by the pressure of dressing for the heat. Every single invitation to step out into the burning sun becomes a calculated risk, a mental battlefield where you have to choose between the physical misery of the heat or staying isolated inside. But when winter finally comes, it brings a profound sense of joy and relief. The arrival of the cold isn't gloomy. It is a long-awaited celebration. While others mourn the end of the sun, you experience a surge of genuine happiness when the first gray clouds roll in and the air turns crisp. You can finally breathe, feel alive, and step into your true sanctuary. If you find yourself waiting for the frost to return, please know that your mind is not failing you. You're simply someone who thrives in the peace of the cool shade. True happiness does not require a burning sky, and your comfort matters just as much as anyone else's summer dream. If this perspective brought you a sense of peace, consider joining our quiet community here. Subscribe, take a deep breath, and remember that it is entirely okay to find your absolute joy in the winter cold.